All right, so get this. You sent us a translation of the Bhagavad Gita in rhyme.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we are diving deep into this ancient text.
Right.
But we're focusing on resilience.
Okay.
How can the wisdom, especially Krishna's teachings, help us build resilience in the face of life, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And you know us.
Yeah.
We love finding practical takeaways.
Absolutely.
That anyone can apply.
Right.
Even if you've never even opened up a religious text.
Yeah.
Which some people listening maybe haven't.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah, totally.
What I think is so fascinating about this rhymed translation is how it makes these like profound philosophical ideas much more accessible and memorable.
Right.
It's like a song gets stuck in your head.
Exactly. So let's just jump right into the heart of the Gita with Arjuna's dilemma.
Okay.
So imagine you're about to face this massive battle.
Right.
But on the other side, are all your family members? Talk about a rock in a hard place.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where we find Arjuna.
Okay.
Totally freaking out.
Makes sense.
I think we've all faced tough choices where we feel this kind of inner turmoil.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That same feeling.
Definitely.
All right. So then Krishna, his charioteer, and also his guide, steps in with some mind-blowing wisdom.
Okay.
So he's basically saying, hey, look.
Okay.
The soul is eternal.
Okay.
But our bodies are just temporary.
Right.
This physical life is just one chapter in a much, much larger story.
Whoa.
I know what you're thinking. You're like, whoa, this is getting deep.
Yeah.
But stick with us.
Okay.
Because this concept, even if you're not into like the whole spiritual thing, has some seriously practical implications.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Think about how much we stress over things we can't even control.
All the time.
Right. And the Gita is saying, look, focus your energy on what you can do.
Okay.
And let go of the rest.
That makes sense.
It's kind of nice, right?
Yeah, it is.
And this rhyming translation really drives that home.
Okay.
So, for example, in chapter 2, Krishna says, the one that does not exist, it's true.
Okay.
Will never exist, it's up to you.
Okay.
The one that does exist, it's clear.
Right.
Will never cease to exist, it's dear.
Whoa.
It's amazing how such a simple rhyme makes a profound idea so much easier to remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, it speaks to the power of poetry and storytelling.
Yeah.
To convey complex truths.
Definitely.
And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of the Gita.
All right.
The exploration of action versus inaction.
Okay.
You might think it's all about meditation.
Right.
And detachment from the world. But it's actually way more nuanced.
Oh, okay.
Than that.
So this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The Gita doesn't say to just sit around and do nothing.
Right.
It actually encourages both action and detachment from results. How's that for a brain teaser?
Yeah, that's a paradox.
Right.
But the Gita makes a compelling case.
Okay.
It points out that true inaction is impossible.
Okay.
We're constantly breathing, thinking, making choices.
Right.
Nature compels us to act.
Yeah.
It's about understanding that we can't control the outcomes, but we can control how we approach them.
I feel like that's so relevant today when we're bombarded with all these messages about productivity and achievement.
There's so much pressure.
Right. And the Gita is like, hey, it's okay to let go of the need to control everything.
That's nice.
Right.
Yeah. The key is to perform the right actions.
Okay.
Actions done for their own sake. Not for external rewards.
Right.
Or recognition. Think about it. How much of our energy is spent chasing things that don't actually bring us lasting happiness?
Oh, so much.
Yeah.
Right.
The Gita suggests a different path.
Okay.
Where we find fulfillment in the process.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So how do we actually do that?
Well,
how do we shift our mindset
practice
from chasing those outcomes to finding that fulfillment in the present moment?
The Gita gives us a great example.
Okay.
King Janaka.
Okay, yeah.
He was a ruler who achieved enlightenment through his duties as a king.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it shows us that we don't have to renounce the world to live a meaningful life.
Right.
Even our everyday actions, when performed with the right intention, can be a path to growth and fulfillment.
That's such a powerful idea.
It is.
that we can find meaning and purpose.
Yeah.
Right where we are.
Right here, right now.
In the midst of our everyday lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it ties back to this core theme of resilience.
Resilience, all right.
The ability to face life's challenges with a sense of inner strength and clarity.
And speaking of inner strength, the Gita also offers these incredible insights into the mind. How it can be both our greatest obstacle and our most valuable tool on this path to resilience.
So we've laid some serious groundwork here.
We have.
We've got this idea of finding resilience through understanding the eternal nature of the soul, detaching from those outcomes, and engaging in right action. But we've barely even scratched the surface.
I know.
It's
amazing.
The Gita has so much more to offer.
Absolutely.
And as we delve deeper, you'll see how it tackles our own psychology.
Interesting.
Offering practical tools for taming that restless mind.
Oh, I like that.
And ultimately finding lasting peace and happiness.
Okay, so we're just getting started.
We're just getting started. Are you ready to dive deeper?
I am. Let's do it.
Let's go.
We just explored how the Gita encourages us to act without being attached to the results. Now, let's look at how this applies to work. Because in Chapter 3, Arjuna hits us with a question a lot of us have probably pondered. If knowledge is the ultimate goal, why bother working at all?
Oh, I love that he just comes right out and asks that.
Yeah.
It's so relatable.
It is.
And Krishna's answer is pretty mind-blowing. He doesn't dismiss work. He actually emphasizes its importance on the path to growth.
Here's where the Gita gets really practical. Krishna explains that inaction can lead to stagnation, both physically and mentally. It's through engaging with the world, through meaningful work that we evolve and learn.
But here's the twist. We keep coming back to it.
The twist.
We're supposed to work without being attached to the outcome.
Without attachment.
Easier said than done.
Definitely practice. Krishna uses this great analogy of a sacrifice. It's not about the reward you might get. It's about the act of offering itself.
So it's not about being lazy or giving up on your goals.
No, not
at all. It's more about shifting your focus from the end result to the process itself.
The process,
Like imagine pouring your heart into a project at work. Not because you're chasing a promotion, but because you genuinely find the work itself meaningful.
Exactly.
That's a nice thought.
It is.
I like that.
And the Gita doesn't just throw these abstract ideas at us. It gives us examples of people who embodied this. Remember King Shanaka? He achieved enlightenment through his duties as a king.
Exactly.
He was fully engaged in the world. And there's this other passage that really struck me. Where Krishna says that people who hoard things and keep everything for themselves are actually stealing joy from others.
Wow.
It's like this powerful reminder that our actions ripple outwards and true fulfillment comes from contributing to something larger than ourselves.
That's a beautiful thought.
It is.
Okay, so you've got this recurring theme of self-awareness, action, detachment. But then the Gita throws us this curveball. The yoga of action and inaction. Did I just enter a philosophical riddle?
It sounds like a riddle.
But
it's actually a profound insight into the nature of reality. The Gita isn't saying to pick one or the other. It's about recognizing the interplay between the two.
In Chapter 4, Krishna reveals that he taught this yoga ages ago.
Oh, wow.
But it was lost over time.
It's
like we're getting access to this ancient wisdom.
I like that.
That can totally change our perspective.
And at the heart of this yoga is this understanding that action and inaction are two sides of the same coin.
Whoa.
It might seem counterintuitive. But even when we think we're doing nothing, we're still part of this constant flow of existence.
Whoa. Mind blown. So our thoughts, our breath, even our stillness, it's all a form of action.
Precisely. And the key to navigating this paradox, according to Krishna, is to understand that true action isn't about chasing results.
Right.
It's about fulfilling our duties
with
detachment and a focus on knowledge.
So it's like offering our actions as fuel.
Yes.
For something greater than ourselves.
He uses this analogy of a fire being fueled by work. When we act with a calm and steady mind, without creating the outcome, we're essentially offering that work as fuel for a higher purpose.
And that's where true freedom lies.
Freedom.
When we detach ourselves from needing those specific outcomes, we free ourselves from the suffering that comes with clinging to results.
Now, Chapter 5 takes this idea even further. Inner peace. Through detachment. It's packed with these incredible insights. Krishna makes it clear that both abandoning action and engaging in action can lead to growth. But the path of action with detachment is considered superior. It's about finding that balance between putting in the effort and surrendering to what is. Recognizing that we're not really the doers of our actions, but rather instruments of a higher power.
There's this striking image he uses, a lotus leaf, untouched by the water flowing around it.
That's beautiful.
It's like a symbol of how we can stay calm and peaceful, even when life gets chaotic.
That's a beautiful analogy. And Krishna adds that true detachment isn't about withdrawing from the world. It's about doing what needs to be done with a pure heart. Without needing that recognition or reward.
He also talks about how getting caught up in those sensory pleasures only leads to more suffering. While real happiness comes from finding contentment within.
And that contentment stems from understanding our true nature as eternal beings, connected to a source of infinite joy and peace. But how do we even begin to tap into that?
Exactly.
Well, Chapter 6 tackles something that feels super relevant to our modern lives. The mind as both friend and foe.
Ooh, this is where the Gita gets into the nitty-gritty of self-mastery.
Absolutely. Krishna acknowledges that the mind is naturally restless. It's like a wild horse that needs to be tamed.
He's straight up about the fact that our mind can be our biggest enemy if we let it run wild.
With all those negative thoughts and anxieties.
Tell me about it. I feel like most of us are constantly battling that inner critic.
But luckily, Krishna offers some hope too.
Good.
He explains that through consistent practice and self-discipline, we can actually train the mind to become our ally. It becomes a tool that helps us achieve liberation.
From those negative thought patterns.
Exactly. It's like he's giving us a step-by-step guide.
Exactly.
To rewiring our brains for resilience.
I love that.
And he uses this vivid analogy of a tortoise retreating into its shell. Just like the tortoise finds safety, we can learn to withdraw our senses and thoughts inward, finding peace in the stillness of our own being.
Exactly.
And he gives practical advice on how to do this.
Great.
Meditation, sensory control, focusing on a single object, and cultivating a calm mind. These are all tools we can use.
So we've got the tools.
To tame that mental monkey.
We've got to tame that monkey mind.
Yes.
But, as always,
the
Gita keeps it real.
It does. Arjuna points out that controlling the mind is hard. Like trying to tame the wind.
It's true.
And Krishna doesn't sugarcoat it. But he also emphasizes that it is possible.
It is.
He encourages Arjuna. And by extension, us. To keep practicing. Even if we stumble. Even if it feels impossible sometimes. Consistent effort. And unwavering faith. Even the most restless mind can find peace. I love that.
But what happens if we start on this path? With good intentions, but don't quite reach perfect self-mastery?
That's the question I always have.
That's a good question.
Like, what if I mess up? What if I fall short of this ideal?
And Krishna's answer is so reassuring. He says that even if we fall off the path, all our past efforts don't just disappear. We'll eventually find our way back. Maybe even in another lifetime. Drawn by the seeds of wisdom we've planted.
That's such a beautiful message of hope.
It is.
It reminds us that this journey to self-realization isn't about reaching some perfect destination.
Right.
It's about the process itself.
Exactly.
There will be ups and downs.
Of course.
Moments of clarity.
Yeah.
Moments of confusion.
Absolutely.
But the key is
to keep striving.
Keep striving. Yeah.
Kept moving forward on the path.
Exactly.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Exploring the mind as both obstacle and ally.
Yeah.
And we've been given some incredible tools for working with it.
Amazing tools.
But the Gita doesn't stop there.
Wow.
It goes on to explain the nature of the self.
Okay.
The forces that shape how we see the world.
Right.
And the ultimate goal of liberation.
We're about to dive into the nature of reality itself.
Okay, I am definitely feeling the momentum building here.
Yeah.
We're about to dive into the nature of reality itself. Buckle up.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we've talked about resilience, right action, even taming the mind.
Right.
But now things are about to get really cosmic.
We're
diving into the nature of reality itself.
All right, chapter 7 of the Gita takes us on this journey of self-discovery, exploring how everything connects back to a single source.
Okay, so what is this source? Give us the cosmic rundown.
Okay, so Krishna says that he's made up of 8 elements.
Okay.
Earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, knowledge, and ego.
Whoa, okay, so we're talking about like the fundamental fabric of the universe here.
Exactly. And all these elements
come
from a higher form of nature, a divine power that's behind absolutely everything.
So it's like Krishna is saying, look, everything is connected.
Yes.
Everything comes from the same source.
Exactly.
I love how he uses this image
of
pearls,
okay,
all strung together by a single thread.
That's beautiful.
It's such a beautiful way to visualize how everything in creation is interconnected.
I agree.
But it also raises the question.
Yeah.
If this divine source is everywhere, how do we even begin to grasp it?
So Krishna reveals himself in countless forms throughout the universe, from the sun and the moon to the taste of water and the scent of the earth.
So it's like he's saying the divine isn't some distant concept. It's right here, right now, in every moment of our lives.
That's a powerful reminder to slow down and appreciate the beauty that's all around us.
It is. It really is.
But he also mentions that ignorance and desire can cloud our perception.
It's true. It's like it's so easy to get caught up in chasing fleeting pleasures instead of seeking lasting fulfillment.
Through that connection with the divine.
Right. Okay, so that brings us to a topic that might seem a bit heavy, but it's essential to the Gita's message, the journey of the soul after death.
Chapter 8 dives into this, shedding light on the eternal nature of our being. Krishna explains that the thoughts we hold at the moment of death shape our destiny. They determine the path our soul takes.
So we're not just talking about some abstract philosophical concept here.
No.
The Gita is suggesting that our actions and our thoughts have lasting consequences.
They do, they do.
And Krishna emphasizes the importance of focusing our minds on the divine, surrendering our ego and intellect to a higher power.
So it's about cultivating that connection with the eternal throughout our lives. So that it guides us. Even in those final moments.
So what does that journey look like? Does the Gita talk about like heaven and hell?
It's a bit more nuanced than that. Krishna describes 2 paths that yogis can take after death. The path of light and the path of darkness.
So the path of light leads to
liberation, to merging with the eternal. While the path of darkness leads back to the cycle of birth and death.
So the path we take depends on our actions and the state of our minds.
It's about making choices. That align with our highest selves. With that divine spark.
With that divine spark within us.
Exactly. So we're not just passively waiting for some afterlife judgment. We're actively shaping our destiny.
I like that.
Through
our thoughts, our actions, our connection with the divine.
And as we move deeper into the Gita, Krishna reveals more about his divine attributes. And the path to liberation.
Chapter 9 really dives into the nature of the supreme, right.
Krishna explains that he's the source of all creation.
Right.
The force behind everything in the universe.
But he also makes it clear that he doesn't dwell in any one specific place or form.
Right.
He's beyond our limited human understanding.
Totally.
Yet also present within every single being.
It's like he's both transcendent and immanent at the same time.
Exactly. He uses this amazing analogy.
Oh, yeah.
Of air filling the open sky.
Okay.
Just like air is everywhere, Krishna's presence permeates all things.
Right.
And true knowledge lies in recognizing this interconnectedness.
Right.
Seeing beyond the illusion of separation.
Yeah.
And realizing our inherent unity
with the divine.
But he acknowledges that this realization isn't easy.
Right.
We get so caught up in chasing fleeting pleasures and material possessions.
It's so easy to do.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
We forget that true fulfillment comes from connecting with the divine.
That's why the Gita emphasizes the importance of devotion and surrender. Right. It's about letting go of our ego.
Okay.
Our need to control everything.
Right.
And opening ourselves up to a power greater than ourselves.
And the rewards are incredible.
They are.
Those who recognize Krishna's true nature and cultivate devotion find liberation from the cycle of birth and death.
It's amazing.
Okay, but that sounds like a pretty lofty goal.
It is.
Is liberation something that only happens after death?
Wow.
Or can we experience it in this life?
That's the beauty of the Gita's message.
Okay.
Liberation isn't just some far-off destination.
Right.
It's possible to experience it here and now through a deep connection with the divine.
So it's about cultivating that inner peace and freedom.
Right.
Regardless of our external circumstances.
Precisely. And chapter 10 really expands on this idea.
Okay.
Showcasing Krishna's multifaceted nature.
Okay.
And how he manifests in countless ways throughout the universe.
So we're talking about a God who's not limited to a single image or concept.
Krishna reveals himself as the source of intelligence, knowledge, truth, and peace. He's the splendor of the sun, the brilliance of the moon, the power of the wind, and the vastness of the ocean.
That's a pretty awesome resume.
It is.
And he's encouraging us to see this divine presence in all things, to recognize that interconnectedness in every aspect of our lives.
But he also makes it clear that this knowledge isn't just about intellectual understanding, it's about devotion, surrender, and a heartfelt longing to connect
with the divine.
With the divine, exactly.
It's about opening our hearts and minds to something far greater than ourselves.
And that brings us to one of the most mind-blowing moments. In the Gita, Arjuna's mystical vision of Krishna's universal form.
This is where things get truly epic.
In chapter 11, Arjuna, wanting to fully grasp Krishna's divine nature, asks to see his true form. And Krishna, recognizing Arjuna's sincere devotion, grants his wish.
So what does this universal form look like?
Imagine countless faces, eyes, and aspects, all adorned with these celestial ornaments, radiating this blinding light.
So it's a vision of the entire universe contained within a single being.
Arjuna is both awestruck and terrified by this overwhelming display of power.
He's seeing the vastness of creation.
The vastness, the cycle of birth and death, the power of time, and the impermanence of all things.
Exactly. It's like he's seeing the totality of existence in a single moment.
In a single moment, exactly.
But Krishna reassures Arjuna, explaining that this terrifying form
is just one aspect of his being. He encourages Arjuna to focus on his gentle human form, reminding him that he's always present.
Always present.
Always accessible. Through devotion and love.
It's like Krishna is showing him and us that the divine can manifest in many ways.
Still many ways.
From the awe-inspiring to the seemingly ordinary. And it's through recognizing this diversity of expression that we can deepen our understanding and connection with the divine.
As we move towards the final chapter, the focus shifts towards practical guidance on how to live a life of purpose and fulfillment.
So we've gone from the battlefield to the cosmos.
Yeah.
And now we're coming back down to Earth.
Back down to Earth.
Focusing on how to integrate these teachings into our everyday lives.
So chapter 12 addresses the path to liberation. Exploring different approaches to spiritual practice. And the qualities of a true devotee.
Krishna explains that there are many paths.
Yes, many paths.
To reach him.
To reach him, yeah.
But devotion and a sincere desire to connect with the divine are the most important factors.
It's not about following a rigid set of rules or rituals.
Yeah, it's about cultivating a genuine connection with the divine.
And that involves surrendering the ego, cultivating compassion, and acting for the benefit of all beings.
Krishna assures Arjuna that even those who stumble on the path will eventually find their way back to him.
It's a message of hope.
It is. It is encouragement.
It reminds us that this journey is a process, and we're all in this together. We are.
Okay, chapter 13.
Delves into the nature of reality. Making a distinction between the physical body, Kshetra, and the eternal self.
Kshetrajna.
And Trajna. All right, break that down for us. What's the difference between...
So Krishna explains that our physical body is subject to change and decay. While the true self, the soul, is eternal and unchanging.
So it's about recognizing that we're more than just our physical form.
We are.
We have a spiritual essence that transcends the limitations of the material world.
Krishna encourages Arjuna to see beyond those limitations and recognize his true nature as an eternal being connected to the divine.
So it's not just about reading books or listening to podcasts.
It's about putting these teachings into practice. Experimenting.
With different spiritual techniques. And having our own direct experiences.
Of the divine.
Chapter 14. Explores the three gunas. Goodness, passion, and darkness. And how they influence us. Our thoughts, our actions, perceptions.
We touched on the gunas earlier.
We did.
Remind us again how they work.
These gunas are inherent in nature. And they bind the soul to the cycle of birth and death. Each guna has specific qualities. Goodness leads to knowledge and liberation. While passion and darkness lead to suffering and delusion.
So it's like these forces are constantly pulling us in different directions.
Exactly. And Krishna encourages Arjuna to cultivate goodness by engaging in selfless actions, detaching from outcomes, and seeking knowledge of the divine.
So it's about becoming aware of these forces within us and making conscious choices.
That align with goodness and light.
Chapter 15 uses the analogy of the banyan tree to describe the nature of reality.
I love how the Gita uses these vivid metaphors to make abstract concepts more accessible.
So what's the significance of the banyan tree? The tree's roots grow upwards, symbolizing the divine source, while its branches grow downwards. Representing the material world.
So it's like it's flipped.
It is flipped,
Okay, interesting.
He encourages Arjuna to cut the roots of attachment to the material world and to seek the eternal source.
So it's about shifting our focus from the temporary to the eternal, from the material to the spiritual.
Chapter 16 dives into the duality of human nature, contrasting divine qualities with demonic ones.
So he describes the characteristics of those
who possess divine qualities.
Like fearlessness, purity, perseverance, compassion. And contrast them with demonic traits.
Like what?
Like hypocrisy, pride, anger, ignorance.
So it's like we all have the potential for both good and evil within us.
We do.
And it's up to us to cultivate the divine qualities and renounce those demonic tendencies.
Krishna emphasizes the importance of making choices that align with our highest selves.
Our highest selves.
With those qualities. that reflect the divine spark within us.
So it's about becoming more conscious.
Yeah.
Of our thoughts, our words, our actions.
Yes.
Choosing the path that leads to greater love, compassion, and understanding.
Chapter 17.
Okay.
Explores the Trinity of the Absolute. Om, Tat, Sat.
These are some pretty powerful words.
They are.
What do they represent?
Krishna explains that these three words represent different aspects of the divine and should be invoked with sincerity and devotion.
Okay.
He emphasizes that actions performed without attachment and with a pure heart lead to liberation, while actions driven by ego and desire bind the soul to the cycle of birth and death.
So it's about aligning our actions with our highest intentions, with a sense of service and devotion to something greater than ourselves.
Exactly. And finally, we come to the culminating chapter of the Gita.
Chapter 18.
Chapter 18.
This is where Krishna summarizes the key teachings and offers his final guidance to Arjuna.
After this epic journey,
I'm ready for the grand finale.
Krishna reiterates the importance of understanding the three gunas.
Okay.
The role of action and inaction. The nature of the self. And the ultimate goal of liberation.
He emphasizes that true renunciation doesn't mean abandoning action altogether.
No, it's about performing those actions with detachment. And a focus on the divine.
So it's not about escaping the world. It's about engaging with it. In a more conscious and meaningful way.
Exactly. Krishna encourages Arjuna to surrender all his doubts and fears, dedicate his actions to him, and seek refuge in his divine grace.
And in a beautiful closing passage, Krishna assures Arjuna that he will attain liberation.
He does.
Reminding him that anyone who studies and follows the teachings of the Gita will find freedom from suffering and lasting peace.
That's beautiful.
What a powerful ending.
It is.
So what does this all mean for us? I mean, we've covered a lot of ground from the battlefield to the cosmos and back again.
Back again,
What are the key takeaways?
The Gita, even in this unique rhyme translation, offers profound wisdom for navigating life's challenges. It's a message of resilience, self-discovery, and the pursuit of liberation.
It offers a framework for understanding our true nature as eternal beings connected to a source of infinite wisdom and love.
And even if you don't consider yourself like religious or spiritual,
totally.
Gita still offers these valuable insights into the human condition, the power of the mind, and the importance of aligning our actions with a higher purpose.
It's a journey of self-discovery.
It is.
That can lead to greater resilience, inner peace, and a sense of connection to something far greater than ourselves.
So we encourage you to explore this ancient text, reflect on its teachings, and see how its wisdom might apply to your own life.
And maybe the most provocative thought to leave you with is this. What if the path to resilience and true fulfillment lies not in conquering the world, but in understanding our place within it?
That's beautiful.
And that's our deep dive into the Bhagavad Gita.